As the moon is my slave, and the sun is my master.
Master!
Let the clouds turn to gray, and the winds blow much faster.
Faster, 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 faster. I love Paris and Carthage too. I haven't been there for over 300 years.
Sir, please.
Is something bothering you, Cedric?
Apparently, the wizard is unaware that he's bothering you.
He's getting more unaware of things every day.
What's that? Or are you just carrying on another one of those conversations with yourself?
I'm trying to master this incantation.
Yes, Carthage. Oh, I've heard they remodeled it downtown. Oh, but this is a bad time of year to go to Carthage anyway. It's always bad during barbaric invasion season.
Sir, could you please keep it down?
What?
I'm trying to master the spell.
Spell? Oh, yes, you're doing a very nice job. You're coming along very nice. Won't be long now, Cedric.
Thank you, sir. But as you know, time travel requires a great deal of concentration.
Oh, yes, I know that. Time travel is one of the most difficult spells, and it's not a bad idea. I think I'll go to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls? Sir, you don't understand. You're disturbing me.
And you're disturbing me. How am I supposed to make my travel plans if you're sitting around there reciting spells? Why don't you go do your work?
This is my work.
Well, see? Now I have Carthage and Paris and Niagara Falls and Miami Beach. Oh! I can't wait until Columbus discovers America. Where is America anyway? I have to go check my map. America, listen. Oh, Cedric, carry on the good work. That's good. America. I wonder where did that map go?
He's getting worse and worse all the time.
He's just a little excited.
Well, I'm excited too. The wizard said I'm making progress, and I can't wait to show him my true colors.
Good luck. He's colorblind, remember?
Ha ha. Well, you won't laugh once I master this spell.
Sedgwick, time travel is very dangerous. I'm sure you're not ready for it.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
I wouldn't say that, Sedgwick. There are certain magical words you must master before you can cast the spell. To travel the calendar of events through a boundary of time is very difficult. Lately, trouble has been your companion, and if you cast the spell wrong, bizarre things can happen.
I'm aware of that, Pembroke. That's why I need your help for this lesson. You can quiz me on the words so I can see how prepared I am.
All right, Sedgwick. Get out some paper and we'll start. Please take out your paper and pencils and get ready for today's new magical words. When you hear the word, please write it down, and always write as neatly as possible. The first word is bizarre. When you live in a magic castle, bizarre things can happen. Bizarre. The next word is calendar. Sedgwick marks off the days of her apprenticeship on a calendar. Calendar. The next word is companion. I am Sedgwick's trusty companion. Companion. And the last word is boundary. There is no boundary to human imagination. Boundary. And now, students, let's correct these magical terms. Remember to proofread your parchment for any misspellings, and if you do find a misspelled word, be sure to draw a line through it and write it again correctly. The first word is bizarre. It is spelled B-I-Z-A-R-R-E. The next word is calendar. It is spelled C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R. The next word is companion. It is spelled C-O-M-P-A-N-I-O-N. And the last word is boundary. It is spelled B-O-U-N-D-A-R-Y. Well, Sedgwick, how did you do?
I missed one. I forgot to put 2 R's in bizarre.
It's an omen. It means you're still not ready. Bizarre things can happen when you miscast a complex spell. Stick to simple things like turning princes into frogs.
Oh, this kingdom's running over with frogs. Besides, I'm tired of looking into the future through a crystal ball. I want to see it firsthand.
It's not time yet, Sedgwick. Don't rush things. It's just not time.
Oh, what do you know? You're just a little troll who lives in a trunk. I've been practicing magic for 6 weeks now, and if that doesn't qualify me for time travel, I don't know what does. Now, where's that spell? Here it is. Let's see what ingredients I need. 1. Here it is. Let's see what ingredients I need. 1 hourglass, 1 needle of a compass, some dust from the floor of a wise old man's castle. Darn, I don't think we have any of that. Oh, wait a minute. The wizard's a wise old man. I can just use the dust from his floor. Now, let's see what else. For a good stock, use eye of newt and swamp water. Now the directions say, stand next to the boiling cauldron and recite the words, abracadabra, ziggity zarro, I want to go to the world of tomorrow. Well, here goes. See ya, Pem.
Wait, don't.
Abracadabra,
Wait a minute, Sedge the
ziggity
wizard.
zarro,
Hey, he's coming.
I want to go
Don't.
to the world of tomorrow.
Oh,
What the?
Wizard! Oh, wizard, where are you? Are you in there, wizard? A wizard? Oh, no. Oh, wizard, where are you?
no. It's no use, Sedgwick. He's gone.
No. You mean...
No. He's gone into the future.
Where?
I don't know. Where did you send him?
Well, to the future. I don't know.
I warned you, Sedgwick. He could be anywhere.
Well, perhaps there's a way I can retrieve him.
Yes. Think hard, Sedgwick.
Maybe I can try it again and go back and get him. No? Bad idea, huh? Well, maybe I can send you to retrieve him.
Sedgwick, why don't you try the obvious?
What?
Just reverse the spell and bring him back.
Okay, right. I'll just find the directions and we're in business. But wait a minute. Where's the book? Pim, I must have misplaced it. Help me find it. Do you think it could be in the cauldron?
No, Sedgwick. I think it fell into the future. You must have dropped it just as your spell was taking effect. And, well, the rest is history.
Well, why did the wizard jump in front of my spell like that? That's like jumping in front of a speeding chariot. And who left that broom over there by the stairs? Someone could hurt themselves.
You did, Sedgwick.
Oh, well,
Well, what?
what are we going to do now?
You mean, what are you going to do now? I told you not to.
I know.
And patience is a virtue. You're so impatient, Sedgwick.
Okay, don't rub it in.
Do you remember the spell at all?
No, not really. And if I can't remember the spell, how can I make up the counterspell?
Make up one of your own.
Do what?
That recipe book of magic spells isn't everything, you know. You have a lot of very special magic locked up inside of you. Why don't you write your own spell recipe?
But I can't cook.
Oh, Sedgwick, anyone can learn to write a recipe, even you. And students, even you can learn to write a recipe. So pay close attention to what's coming up next. You may want to take notes, so please take out your pencil and paper. Sedgwick, as you know, recipes are like written directions. You find them in books and written separately. As a matter of convenience, a lot of people file their recipes on note cards in small index boxes. This is a convenient way of keeping them handy for food and magic preparation. Now, a recipe is divided into two sections. The first section lists the ingredients to be used, and the second section instructs you on how to combine and prepare those ingredients. It's usually written with very brief phrases like bring to a boil or simmer till tender in order to not take up so much space. The trick to writing a recipe is to keep it compact. Now, the first section that lists the ingredients also lists how much, or the unit of measurement. 2 eggs beaten, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of melted butter or margarine, etc. This is so you always put in the right amount. The next section gives you the directions on how to combine these ingredients and any special instructions. It also tells you at what temperature to set the oven and how long to cook it. All of these can usually be said in 2 or 3 paragraphs. And don't forget, the name of what you are making goes at the top of the recipe. In this case, Sedgwick, it's the spell to bring back the wizard. Well, you think you've got it now?
I don't know, Pim, but I'm certainly going to give it a try.
Wait a minute, Sedgwick. There's something you should know. Every good chef adds their own personal touch.
What's that?
Well, in your case, Sedgwick, it's an ingredient that cannot be bought or grown. For an aspiring wizard, it's something that must be acquired.
Well, what is it?
Confidence, Sedgwick, confidence. Every wizard needs a lot of confidence, otherwise the magic just won't work.
Well, I have confidence, and I'm going to put it in my recipe right now.
Good. Students, why don't you have confidence in yourselves right now? See if you can write a recipe to bring back the wizard. Make up any ingredients you like. Be sure to follow the recipe format. Share them with your classmates when you're through. Well, Sedgwick, do you think you have it now?
Yes, and I'm going to give it a try right now. Well, here goes nothing.
Does Sedgwick have confidence? Will she be able to bring back the wizard? Where is the wizard anyway? Find out tomorrow as we continue the apprentice's journey in another exciting episode of Spelling Plus.
There. That ought to complete the spell recipe to bring back the wizard. Now, for the final touch.
Remember what I told you. You must have confidence.
Oh, don't interrupt me. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the final touch. An incantation. I've never done an original incantation before. Let me see. This'll work. With the skill of a cook and the ear of a lizard, I command you, bring back the wizard. Pam, I think it's going to work. It's working. It's working, Pam.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch, young lady.
Nothing happened. My spell didn't work.
Of course it didn't.
Well, why not?
You were still lacking that one final ingredient to your recipe.
I didn't leave anything out. I had 2 eyes of newt, 3 powdered batwing, 1 ear of lizard, the tail of a homing pigeon. What did I leave out?
What about confidence?
I told you I put that in my recipe.
But did you believe in yourself deep down inside?
Sure I did. I truly believed that my spell would work, and it didn't.
What about the incantation?
Well, I've never done an original one on my own before, but I thought mine was good.
But did you have confidence in it?
Sort of.
Your inexperience has doomed you once again. You see, you must truly believe in your powers to be a great wizard. You must know that your magic will work, not merely hope that it does. That is what determines the power of magic. Any let up in confidence, and the power is lost.
But how can I gain confidence in my spells if I keep bungling them all?
With experience. Each time you make a mistake, you learn from it. And with your track record, you've learned a lot in the past few weeks.
Ha ha. This is no time for fun and games, Pim. You've got to help me gain confidence, or the wizard will be gone forever.
All right, then. The first step in gaining confidence involves a knowledge of one's field. In your case, I detect a slight lack of confidence in your spelling words.
How can I gain confidence in my spelling?
Through practice and more practice. Take out your pencil and paper and work on your spelling words. Students, it's important for you also to feel confident with your spelling words. So please take out your pencils and papers and follow along with us. Ready?
Ready.
Very well then. First we'll review yesterday's words that gave you trouble. You must gain confidence in the old words before you can go on to new material. Since you've been working on recipes and the correct mixture of ingredients necessary to create a successful blending, let's try the same approach to these words. I will give you 3 pieces of a word. You must mix these pieces correctly to blend together the correct word we're looking for. I'll also give you a verbal clue to help you out. Okay, here's the first one. Mix these pieces together and create a word that means a limit. Did you piece the letters together to find the word boundary? Here's another one. This time we're looking for a word that describes a table that marks the days, months, and weeks of a year. Can you piece the letters together correctly? The correct word was calendar. Here's another. This word means odd or eccentric. Can you figure it out? The word we were looking for was bizarre. Here's the last one. See if you can correctly mix these letters together to find the word that means an associate or comrade. This last word was companion.
Well, how did you do?
I got them all right. I can feel my confidence growing.
Not so fast. That was only a review. You also have some new words to learn. You must also gain confidence in new areas of study.
Students, please take out another piece of paper as we introduce today's 4 new spelling words. When you hear the word, write down the correct spelling on your paper. The first word is predesignate. The wizard will predesignate his successor. Predesignate. The second word is predestination. Predestination is the act of deciding beforehand. Predestination. The next word is prearrange. The wizard will prearrange his vacation. Prearrange. The last word is prerequisite. Spelling correctly is a prerequisite for Sedgwick to become a wizard. Prerequisite. Now let's proofread your papers. If you find a misspelled word, draw a line through it and write the correct spelling on your papers. The first word was predesignate. It's spelled Predesignate. The next word, predestination, is spelled Predestination. The third word was prearrange. It's spelled Prearrange. The last word was prerequisite. It's spelled Prerequisite. Remember to study any words you missed for Friday's test.
Well, how did you fare?
I spelled them all correctly. I can feel my confidence growing and growing.
That is good. That is the first step in the right direction.
Well, now that I have my confidence all built up, I must try and retrieve the wizard again.
I must warn you, confidence cannot be built up so quickly. Only over a matter of time can one acquire the knowledge and experience required to gain true and total confidence.
But I can't waste any more time, Pem. The wizard is gone, and if I don't find him and bring him back soon, he may never come back. I feel confident. I really do, and I really do have to try and bring the wizard back. I just have to.
Very well, but remember what I've told you.
Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Bat's wing, ear of lizard, homing pigeon, eye of newt. And now for the incantation. I think I'll change it a little, spice it up with my newfound confidence and my new magic words. With newfound confidence on my side and the pre-arranged recipe once before tried, with the predestination and the correct incantation as his successor predesignate, I can no longer wait. With the skill of a cook and the ear of a lizard, I command you, bring back the book and the wizard. I did it! Pen the book of spells! I did it! My spell worked!
Only partially. We still have no wizard.
Oh no, you're right. I only retrieved the spell book. The wizard is still gone. What could have gone wrong?
It seems to me that if your spell only succeeded partially, it must be due to the fact that you only cast a partial spell. Something must have been missing.
But I couldn't have done anything wrong. I just know I didn't forget anything.
What about your confidence?
I had plenty of that.
Even over the new magic words?
Of course, I got them all right, didn't I?
Yes, but did you fully understand their meanings?
Well, I understood the last part of each word, but I didn't really understand the pre at the beginning of each word.
That explains it then. You only had partial confidence in your field of study. Therefore, your spell only partially worked.
Pem, I need total confidence in my field, or the wizard will never come back. Please help me.
For you to gain total confidence, you must understand the prefix PRE. This seems to be holding you back. Let's consult the crystal ball. Do you remember how to correctly use it from your past mistakes?
I sure do. If I remember correctly, I rub the crystal ball 3 times and recite the magic words. Oh, crystal ball, please tell me more about the prefix and what it's for. Prearrange, prerequisite, predesignate to. I'll begin with the prefix pre. Please explain it, won't you?
As you requested, the prefix PRE. The prefix PRE means prior to or in advance of. It can also mean before or early. When the prefix PRE is added to the base word designate, the new word becomes predesignate, which means to designate beforehand. When PRE is added to the base word arrange, the new word formed is prearrange, which means to arrange prior to. When PRE is added to the base word requisite, it forms prerequisite, meaning something required in advance of. When the prefix PRE is added to the base word destination, it forms predestination, which means to destine or decide beforehand. Remember, the prefix PRE means prior to, in advance of, before, or early.
Now do you understand the prefix PRE?
I think so.
That is not good enough. You must know so. Time for more practice. Have a seat. Prepare to review the prefix PRE.
Please take out your pencils and papers. You will be given 3 words and a definition. Your job will be to add the prefix PRE to one of the words to create a new word that fits the definition. For example, here are your three words: requisite, needed, and necessary. Add PRE to one of these words to create a new word that means something required in advance of. If you add PRE to requisite, you get prerequisite, which means something required in advance of. Why don't you try one out? Add PRE to one of these words to create a word that means occurring before recorded history. The correct word was historic, and the new word was prehistoric. Let's try another. Add PRE to one of these words to create a new word meaning to plan beforehand. The correct choice was meditate, and the new word was premeditate. Here's another to try. Add PRE to one of these words to make a new word meaning occurring too soon. The correct choice was mature, and the new word was premature. Here's one last set. Add PRE to one of these words to create a word meaning to construct beforehand. The correct choice this time was the word fabricate, and the new word was prefabricate.
Well, Sedgwick, how did you do this time?
I spelled them all correctly again. Now I'm really confident in my knowledge of the prefix PRE.
Very well. Perhaps now your spell will work.
Do you think so?
Perhaps. Are you sure you haven't overlooked anything else?
I've got the recipe, the incantation, the ingredients, and now I've got the confidence. What else will I need?
Have you determined the location of the wizard?
Well, no, but I retrieved the spell book without knowing where it was sent.
That's true, but the Book of Spells was only a small item that was easy to retrieve. The wizard is much, much larger and will be extremely difficult to bring back if you don't know his exact location.
But I sent him into the future. How will I ever find him?
Wasn't the wizard preparing a list of places to go on his vacation?
You're right, he was.
Well, it's possible that when you transported him into the future, he might have been thinking about his vacation. Therefore, being a powerful wizard, his thoughts could have affected the spell, thus transporting him to the location that was in his mind.
The list. We've got to find the list. It will give us a clue to his whereabouts. It's got to be around here somewhere. Now, where did he put it? Oh, the wizard's been so absent-minded lately. I wish I'd been listening to what he was saying. Pam, help me find it.
Will Sedgwick find the missing list, or will the wizard be lost in time forever? Find out tomorrow on The Apprentice's Journey on Spelling Plus. Sedgwick, I'm beginning to worry about you.
Why?
Why, look at you. You've gone completely out of your mind. We are supposed to be looking for the list.
I am.
You are?
Yes. Come on, Pembroke, lighten up. You're the one who told me I'm supposed to have confidence. Well, I do. I'm confident. That's why I feel so great all of a sudden. I know I'm going to find the list.
And just how are you going to do that?
I'll just conjure it up. Leaping lizards, toads that hiss. Bring me the wizard's vacation list. I did it! It's the list. It says something. It's my something is something. If I am something, I will traverse the western something. Oh, I can't read it. It's not what I want anyways. It's just a dumb note the wizard wrote a list on.
A note with a list on the back?
A list!
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Well, you've done it now. Inside that vial lived a double-headed smoke spirit which you have kindly allowed to escape. The good news is the right head of the spirit may help us. The bad news is the left head may eat us for breakfast.
What are we gonna do?
It depends on which head is in command today.
Look, Pam, look at the crystal ball. The spirit's making an S in it.
We're in luck. The right head has taken charge. Why, it's making a word. Sedgwick, write it down quickly. It may be a message of some kind.
Students, you can help us. Take out your papers and pencils. When you hear each word, write it down on your paper. The first word is schedule. A wizard keeps a busy schedule. Schedule. The second word is prosperous. A wizard's apprentice is not a prosperous position. Prosperous. The third word is hemisphere. The magic castle is located in the northern hemisphere. Hemisphere. The fourth word is extraordinary. A wizard may possess many extraordinary powers. Extraordinary. In order for us to understand the smoke spirit's message, we must spell the words correctly. Check your words now and correct any you may have misspelled. The first word is schedule. Schedule is spelled S-C-H-E-D-U-L-E. The second word is prosperous. Prosperous is spelled P-R-O-S-P-E-R-O-U-S. The third word is hemisphere. Hemisphere is spelled H-E-M-I-S-P-H-E-R-E. The fourth word is extraordinary. Extraordinary is spelled E-X-T-R-A-O-R-D-I-N-A-R-Y.
So, schedule, prosperous, hemisphere, and extraordinary. What does it mean?
Perhaps it has something to do with the wizard's note.
The note, that's it. My schedule is extraordinary. If I am prosperous, I will traverse the western hemisphere. And the back of it says Paris, Carthage, Niagara Falls, and Miami Beach.
So, he wanted to travel the entire Western Hemisphere. That rules out Paris and Carthage. He could be in the other two places.
Well, what do we do?
If you want to travel to many different locations, where would you go first?
To a travel agency.
Excellent, Sedgwick. Your thinking process has definitely improved.
I'll just conjure one up and see if he's there.
And if he's not there, they may know where he is.
What is a travel agency anyway?
Conjure one up and find out.
Oh, Crystal Ball, please tell me more about a travel agency and what it's for.
Uniglobe Travel Connection, can I help you?
Yeah, do you know where the wizard is?
I beg your pardon?
The wizard, have you seen him? Did he come in for vacation plans?
I'm not sure. Where was he going on his vacation?
I don't really know. Say, what do you do here anyway? What if I wanted to go to, Miami Beach?
Well, did you want to fly, drive, take a train, cruise?
Oh, whatever.
Well, actually, the procedure for making flight reservations would be to use my computer. Most of the airlines I can book directly through my computer. However, there are a few of them that I have to call directly over an 800 or a long-distance phone number. Depending on how long you'd like to stay, actually flying can be almost the most affordable way to get there. Traveling by train also can be more expensive than traveling by air, as cruising is as well. You can go cruising. Basically, it's not to get where you're going, it's the way you get there, and it's for a vacation. It's a good way to meet people as well. Did you also want us to make some hotel reservations for you?
Yes, I guess so. How do you do that?
Well, most hotel chains have got central reservations numbers where you'll call in on an 800 number, and they will assign you a confirmation number depending on how many reservations that you have. They can guarantee those for a 6 p.m. arrival time. Anything before that, they'll hold for you. After that, they'll let the room go. Or they can guarantee it for late arrival with a credit card or a money order or something like that. We can also rent a car for you, book tours, arrange special services such as champagne in your room, maybe some type of limo service, make arrangements for you to be picked up at your home so you can be taken to the airport and maybe return from the airport. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, what if I wasn't sure where I wanted to go? What then?
Well, if you're not exactly sure what you'd like to do, we do have a special vacation department if you're interested in taking a vacation. They will try and meet your dates that you have off, that you'd like to go someplace with your budget. Decide on a place where possibly you haven't been or someplace you've always wanted to go. Depends a lot on what your needs are, what your interests and desires are, what you've seen and what interests you.
I see. Back to the wizard. Did you make any reservations for him?
Is this wizard a corporate client?
Yes, that's it. Well, he does belong to the Wacky Wizards Corporation.
Oh, well, let me transfer you over to our corporate administrator. Hold on just a minute. Terry Haynes, may I help you?
What do you do for your corporate clients?
Well, we specialize in corporate travel to save our clients both time and money. We do this by researching the most convenient and the most economical fare for our clients. We also deliver tickets right to our client's door. This saves our client and his secretary from having to spend time away from the office. We also have our clients fill out what we call profile cards. This information, which would state they like American Airlines or United, or to stay at a certain hotel in a certain town, or they like to sit on an aisle, or maybe they prefer a window. If we have this information, then every time they call to book, the travel agent just pulls that information up on her CRT, and we never have to waste their time asking those questions again. We also make luggage tags for our clients. These have their business card on one side and our special 800 toll-free number on the other. If they have a problem, say late at night when our agency isn't open, they can call this toll-free number and the reservation service will assist them while we're not in the office. Did you want to open a corporate account with Uniglobe Travel Connection?
Not exactly. How do you get corporate clients?
I mean, do they just come into your office or what?
No, I wish they did. We are very lucky because we are a very good agency, and quite a few of our very good clients will refer us other companies that are down the hall in their building, or maybe their attorney or their lawyer or their accountant, because they know we're a good travel agency. But probably the way we get most of our clients is our salespeople go out and make what we call cold calls. They go to corporations and introduce themselves and introduce Uniglobe Travel Connection and the benefits that our travel agency can assist them with. Because it's very important that we sell an account and then we keep that account happy. We can give them good quality service, and we have to persuade them to try our agency because we know they will be happy when they use us.
Uh-huh. So probably a wizard wouldn't just walk in and arrange corporate travel with you.
Excuse me, a wizard?
Oh, never mind. Thanks.
Well, that wasn't much help.
At least we learned a bit about travel agencies.
Say, whatever happened to that smoky spirit? Maybe he can tell us where the wizard is.
She retreated into an empty vial.
Oh, Well, I think I'll just conjure up one of the places on his list. Let me see. How about Miami Beach? It's worth a try. I'm confident. Oh, Crystal Ball, please teach me about Miami Beach. I see him. I think it's the wizard. He looks different. What's he doing? Wizard, where are you? What are you doing?
I don't think he can hear you.
He's juggling letters. I think he's trying to send us a message. He may be caught in a time tunnel or something and is signaling us. That place doesn't look much like Miami Beach.
How do you know?
Well, I don't, but I can imagine. It should have, trees and shells and things. I'm sure of it. Are you trying to tell us something, wizard?
Attempt something else, Sedgwick.
Those letters he's juggling, if I could just freeze them in place, I could tell what the message is. Oh, Crystal Ball, please freeze them all. I did it. All right, Pem, you read the letters and I'll write out the message. Hurry.
Students, take out your pencils and papers. The wizard has dropped one letter block in some of the words he is juggling. In other words, he has one letter too many. Rewrite the word you see and add the missing letter, or subtract the extra one. The first word is predestination. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Predestination. The second word is companion. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Companion. The third word is prerequisite. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Prerequisite. The fourth word is calendar. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Calendar. The fifth word is predesignate. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Predesignate. The sixth word is boundary. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Boundary. The seventh word is prearrange. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Prearrange. The eighth and final word is bizarre. Rewrite this word with the added or subtracted letter. The correct spelling is Bizarre.
There is a prearranged bizarre spell in the back of the calendar companion. The boundaries of the spell have been pre-designated with the prerequisite of predestined knowledge.
What?
Don't you see? The wizard is saying there's a spell in the back of the calendar companion. That's this book. And I have been predestined to find the boundaries of the spell that will bring the wizard back. Here it is. Falafel foe, laughable blow, the wizard forego, planetarium flow.
What happened here? Where am I? Who are you? Oh, where's my cabana? What in tarnation is going on here? I demand an explanation.
Now, sir, wizard, calm down now. It's all right.
I shall do no such thing. Wizard? I'm not a wizard. How dare you call me that? You put me back where I was. I'm warning you, miss, I have some very powerful friends in the White House. You better put me back where I was this very instant.
Is this the wizard returned from the 20th century? If so, why is he talking so strangely? And why doesn't he recognize Sedgwick? Tune in tomorrow for another episode of The Apprentice's Journey on Spelling Plus.
Special thanks to Uniglobe Travel Connection.